Hello, happy Thursday, number 3 for us this month. How are you? Hanging in there, I hope? That's probably yes. You're here at least, and I appreciate you. So, today we're going to do interval based, but you can always choose to do rep based if you like. I'm going to go with 50, 50-10 to make it easy to keep track. So basically every minute you start a new exercise as much as possible. Or as close as you can keep to it. I'm gonna post the information about what you're doing right now over here. So, what are we doing today? And of course, as you do your part, always remember, you get to make it harder or easier as you need to. Your repertoire of movements should be as complete as I have ever taught it in real life. At the end of this workout, I'm gonna open up I have an Instagram page with every workout I've taught for a while, and it's called "What Was the Workout?" And so I'm not trying to make money off of it, but it is a resource for you to use. And I'm pretty sure there's no singular workout based on all these movements that we've made for you to use on your own. So today's workout, pelvic tilt, 5 seconds. 5 seconds hold 5 times. We're gonna move on. And my goal today is to move quickly through everything. So have something handy, notes, all right, there you go, for you to keep up with, or just listen to what I cue for. I'm going to try to move really fast because today's list looks a little longer than usual, but I think I did that intentionally because I want to move fast. My music's fast today. It's a little drum and bass playlist, so the BPM is like 170, 180, something like that. My intention is to move. I feel a little sluggish today, so how can I reintroduce a change into that feeling? Let me just try to move. Hey Jake, thank you very much. Let's just try to move, okay? So, sorry, a little detour from the list, but pelvic tilt, 5 second hold 5 times. Then we're gonna do X ups. So you're gonna start in an X, you're gonna try to cross to the opposite toe or opposite leg. You're gonna tap. If you can't touch your toes, that's okay. Touch your shin, touch your knee, and then switch sides. We're going to do that as a set, left and right, for 50 seconds. We're going to move on. We're going to go into side plank on our left side. Whether you want to go into a high plank or an elbow shorter plank, that's up to you. Whatever you need, and you can always go in between both. But again, please challenge yourself. Try to do everything you can to keep good form, to keep good engagement in the shoulder. To make sure that you are getting the most for your core, but also for your shoulder. I know I need to build a little bit more stability, and so see the wrinkles on my shirt, because my shoulders are rounded right now. So when I go into my plank, I want to build this, and see how all those wrinkles disappear a little bit? It's because I'm bringing those shoulders back. It's ugly on camera, so I'm going to hold better posture. So then we're going to go from side plank on the left side into a regular plank, 50 seconds, nothing harder, and then immediately into the next side plank. So left, middle, right, that's a set. Really try to stay really good about the timing there. We're going to go into penguins. These used to be called heel touches, but those are confusing. Heel touches, toe taps, heel taps, toe taps. So penguin is just side to side on your back with your knees bent. Reach, reach. And then we're going to go into fire hydrant. So we're going to go into quadruped, so hands and knees. Try to stack your knees underneath your hips to make sure you are in the best alignment. And then we are going to lift our leg out. Try to keep a 90-degree angle at our most elevated leg point without rotating our hips to accomplish that. I'll demo, of course. And then to get a little bit of a break, because that's going to be tiring, pretty tiring, I think, this whole set today, we're going to go into glute bridge. So you can take as much time or as little time. That's where we take the interval and decide, I'm going to go a little bit harder without sacrificing how well I execute the movement. So if you need to move a little bit slower because you're a little bit gassed for whatever reason, take that opportunity, especially at that glute bridge. But fire those glutes very tight, really tight. We're going to go into isometric abdominal contraction. So back to bent, sorry, good reminder for me. We're going to go back into that isometric ab contraction on the floor, knees bent, hook lying position. And we're going to squeeze our core. Squeeze nice deep tight muscles around the belly button to support the muscles, or for the muscles that support behind our six-pack ab location. Then we're going to go into X bug. So this is a dead bug that is increased in complexity. We are going to hold a compression at our knee with our opposite limb, and we're going to extend that other side. So we're actually going to have to do this twice because I don't like alternating on this one. So that's another line in our list for today. Then we're going to do another, oops, it says right flutter right. It's left flutter right. But another sequence of left, middle, right, just in a different variation. But we're going to focus on some side crunches there. We're going to do a V-up, or if you can't touch your toes, your shins or ankles. And then we're going to do a sprinter V-up. So the difference is with the V-up, you're just bringing your arms to reach straight in front of you. But a sprinter V-up, there is a focus on bringing that bringing those shoulders up much more. Okay, we're going to finish with a plank, and we are going to fly through this thing because it's the third week we are doing this together. And yeah, you should be pretty good at all the movements we've been doing together. Please have your fan. There, fan. Please have your fan, and please have your music if you like. Definitely have some water. Oh, I got it. And let's begin, okay? So take your positions, folks. And we will shortly begin. Have your timers if you need it. All right. That looks good. So, let's start with those pelvic tilts. Nice deep breath. Welcome to this journey today, this endeavor of building core strength. I appreciate you. Pelvic tilt, here we go, 5 seconds, 5 times. We're gonna rotate those that lumbar spine into the floor. We cleared a little bit underneath here, but that's okay, because this is nice and tight to the ground. 3, 2, 1, and release. This movement is the time for us to focus in. It's like our climbing warm-up, engaged again. If you've ever taken a class with us, we always start, or more often than not, start with some sort of warm-up. These pelvic tilts are in a way a similar warm-up. Luckily, we're not moving a whole lot. Release. Re-engage now. But since we're not doing a whole lot, I can do something like this as long as I don't lose my core. That pressure, that contact down here. About how we're going to move today, how well you're going to execute today, or your intention to be better than last time. Yeah. 2 more. 1, 2, 3. Nice and tight. 5. Release. And next. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's pelvic tilt. Let's go to X up. So, nice X. I got room, and I got room. So X, this way, and this way, okay? Try to keep those legs straight. It is often hard for me to do so, but I do my best. That's all I ask of you. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and up. X, X, X. So opposite sides. I'm not pushing off a whole lot with the arm that's on the ground, but I'm moving deliberately. I'm not just flinging my way through this. Woo! Burning. Burning, burning. 20 seconds left. Keep moving. If your pace has to change, that's okay. If you need a break, take one. Ah. The important thing here is that we're trying to get our legs up and using these muscles to do that work. One more on each side, and then we're moving. So side plank. We're going to start, I said left side. 3, 2, 1, side plank. So that's how I set up today in that side plank. You're welcome to use that. Darn it, I didn't pick good colors again. That's okay. My hips are off the ground, and I'm trying to keep this hip as high as I can relative to this side. So I definitely recommend that you use some sort of reference point for yourself to see, what do I look like? Am I down here? Am I way too high? See how my hip is too high? Straight line, and if you need to offset your feet, that's okay too. Bring those shoulders back. Remember those wrinkles I had at the beginning of the video, the live? Take those wrinkles out. That's 50 seconds. You go into your next thing. Let's go to plank. Right up. Can't see my plank. There you go. We are trying to hold pelvic tilt, especially here. Okay? That's my cue. It may not work for everyone. If it hurts you, do what you can. And if you need to go into it better, if you need to support yourself better, welcome to take the time to do that as well in another position. Please make sure to keep tension, not just through your core, primarily core, yes, but not only the core. My knees are bent, everything's falling apart, no. Bring your legs into that equation, and then push up a little bit more in your shoulders. They're gonna get tired in plank. That's part of the beauty of it, without losing that center engagement. Other side now. Let's, okay. 3, 2, 1, and up. So the last thing, or the next, or another thing, is sometimes our butts tend to sag back. And on the screen, I think you can tell that my butt's away from me. Well, look what happens when I bring it in. You want to create a straight line, a nice, firm position from your shoulders to your ankles or your toes. And your contact point to the ground is below you. 15 seconds. And you're trying to really hold all of that engaged. Do your best. Try. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Nice job. From there, we're going to go into penguin. So on your back one more time. I'm going to switch sides here. And we go into penguin. So reach for the center as far down as possible. Bending, side bending, down. Okay. Sometimes I need to take a few warm-up movements because I don't know how my body feels. I don't know how I feel moving. But once I have a sense for that, I can kind of go into the movement. In my running training right now, I'm doing these things called walk, jog, glide. I think it's what they call it. They're new to me. But building up your movement into that full movement and then backwards. So it's helping develop that awareness. Similar thing here. Something new I learned. And bringing that in to our practice, or our workout here. Fire hydrant is the next thing. So, quadruped, right? Don't let your back sink like this. If you feel like your belly button's closer to the floor than your back is flat, or you feel the pressure in your low back, pelvic tilt a little bit. See, difference? So, you're gonna draw your leg out and then up. Draw your leg out and then up. Okay, here we go. 1, 1, 2, 2. If you find that it's hard to come back to your original position here and not lose that flat back position here, please do 2 of these. Just focus on all of the right side. Nothing wrong with that. We need to make sure we are moving well. And if we overcomplicate our movement, we are wasting our opportunity to grow, wasting our opportunity to get stronger, wasting that opportunity, or not maximizing is maybe a better way to say it, the neuromuscular development, which is what is the foundation for all of our movement. Okay, so just as a last thing here for that one, I'm not gonna go directly up. You can't really see my hip. So I don't hold that flat back, but instead I'm gonna draw it out, see how I stay flat, and then come up. I'm a little bit more able to control that position when I draw close to the ground first and then go up. So it's not a perfect round shape. It's out first and then up. Okay. Okay. Glute bridge. We're gonna go back into that hook lying position. This is where if you have a resistance band, you can take advantage of a little bit of resistance that has become quite popular in exercising these days. But today I won't use it. I will do offsets at the switch at the 25-second mark. I'm going to press down into my heels and then let my feet go flat. That is so that I can have the best contact on that ankle, the best stacked position. But also I know that I'm not pushing away, I'm pushing down, okay? So here we go, up. 2. Trying to really get those hips up, as long as it doesn't hurt. If you were at a lower angle, or the camera was at a lower angle, you would see the difference about how I clear. Straight line, yeah? Push to the ceiling, try to, with your hips, hit that button. When I teach deadlifts, I say you have to reach for the panic button on the wall or the $1 million button on the wall with your butt. It's the same idea here. If you've heard that cue from me and we've worked together or been to one of my classes, it's the same idea, except you're trying to do that with your hips. So I switch sides because I was halfway. Hang in there, keep moving. I really like this one. It helps me engage for that low back. And then we are in the halfway mark. A little water if you need it. To me, it hasn't felt too intensive, but I am working. So compared to last time, this workout isn't making me feel as tired, but I know I'm working because I'm focusing on that muscle contraction in those body regions. Trying to think if there's anything I want to pop in there, but I think that's all I got for that, which means we get to keep moving. Let's go into our iso ab contraction, isometric abdominal contraction, X bug, side crunch, flutter, Side crunch left, flutter, side crunch right, V up, sprinter V up, and then plank. All right, so let's begin those. Let's come back into hook line. So this first one is 5 seconds of a hold. So all we're doing is squeezing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You may feel it in your low back, maybe closer to your sacrum. So it's not right here, but down closer to like the center of your pelvis. I feel it up in the top of my abs, more so compared to the pelvic tilt. If you get dizzy, or you feel a lot of pressure or blood rising to your head as you do this, you need to breathe. You need to focus on that breath, okay? Do not take that for granted. Let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Deep breath for me. I held my breath. Gotta remember not to hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's really deliberate. I have to really think about what I'm doing. And so if you need to think really hard about what you're doing, you're probably on the right track too. We need to build this ability between our muscles and our brain asking our muscles to do these things. So be patient. Adaptation takes time. Strength takes time. Coordination takes time. It takes practice. But if you stay with it, you will learn it. You will adapt to it. You'll get stronger. Okay? Hang in there. Be patient. Just keep doing the work. Keep showing up. There you go. All right. The meat of our second half. X-bug, side crunch, flutter, side crunch. Left, flutter, right. So X-bugs are on our back again. So we need to go into that dead bug position. Right there. Okay? Dead bug position. I'm going to start my right hand. And what I'm trying to do here is pull in or bring that knee in. And I'm trying to push that away. I'm trying to create tension, compression. You're going to feel it all down your leg and maybe even across like that seatbelt of your body. You're going to create tension in the leg and press, okay? So from here, we are going to start in that flat back position. And then we're going to extend outwards. We're going to create tension here for 50 seconds, okay? That's your demo. Ooh! That hip flexor is not heavy. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, and this side. Try not to let that knee collapse. Try to keep that knee engaged. Push out, push up. I need to hang a timer above me so I can keep watching. Or maybe I could just look at my watch. How about that? Whoops. Just keep moving here. Anytime you need a break, folks, take one. Use it. This one is the one that I need the most work at. So I should spend more time being aware of how I move. Scissor flutter. So 50 seconds. Scissor flutter. I want to be more aware of how I move, and I need to focus a little bit more attention on doing that. Right now, my low back just completely came off the ground. I can put a whole soda can under there, right? That's not good. So I gotta slow it down. Maybe I'm tired already. My core is tired. And I gotta engage that pelvic tilt. And I just got to move a little bit more relaxed here. That's the change I need to make. That's what my body's asking for. And now I'm already better able to hold that position. It's so much harder when I have to go straight. But if I do it, I try to do it, I can execute better. So, if you do it at home, please listen to your body. That's super, super valuable in the way you practice these movements, okay? Where were we? X-bug, I messed it up. I jumped into flutter. So let's go into side crunch left. All right. Again, hip stacked, knee stacked, shoulder stacked. Sorry about the detour in the pattern. So 50 seconds on, I'm going. I'm trying not to bring my shoulders to my knees. I'm trying to bring my my shoulder down to my hip in that line. If that's confusing for you, try to aim that elbow this way. You want to feel it in that oblique, excuse me. You want to feel it in that oblique and not in the front. So that's your basic side crunch. Bring those legs in for more contraction. Just continue holding this same position with your upper body. My shoulder's tired, folks. I feel it. I gotta zone in to good form. Yeah, I hear it's beeping. Switch to the other side. Whoop. Other side. Okay. Arms out. Support here, right there. Timer's on. So, crawl, walk, jog, run. This is crawl. This is walk. This is jog. This is run. The whole movement, right? Just showing you how to build into that movement. 30 seconds left. Breathe and focus on your sides. Hang in there, keep working. Right in that upper ab. Right in that side oblique. I don't know why I thought of upper ab. My music sounds like Final Fantasy fight music. That wasn't planned. It's kind of cool. All right, so I did side crunches, we did the flutters, V-up, sprinter V-up, and finish with a long plank. So, V-up, sprinter V-up, plank. Felt a bit of panic because I think I'm tired. But we'll make our way through this, or I will make my way through this. So here we go. So V-up. Start here. Find that low back engagement. I want you to use those muscles. Don't let all of that pressure go in to your spine. Okay? So, right there. Leg will go out. I'm still holding here. Go out here. Okay, so legs go up to touch there. That's your V-up. Your sprinter V-up is, what was my sprinter V-up? We'll get there in a second. So let's just do our V-ups. I want to stay on pace for time. So 50 seconds. Take your time on these ones. These are grueling at this point. So notice I am swinging my arms, but I'm not using the momentum there. I'm bringing it up. I find that center because I'm able to. I've learned how to do that. And then I'm bringing my legs up. So if you notice the quality of your movement change a little bit, zone into what makes you feel like is working the most or where you find the most balance. Do that for a couple sessions, switch into your weakness, and then build on that. We gotta practice on what we're not good at to get better at it. All right, that's V up. I want to pause the video and think about why I said sprint interview up. I actually haven't done sprint interview ups in a long time, probably since February. Yeah, so it's gonna be a V up, and we're just gonna add a twist at the top of the movement. Sprinter V up and a twist. So V up twist, okay? Here we go. Timer's on. So V up, twist, twist. You know what? I didn't teach that very well. So what we're gonna do the plank first, and on the fly change. Plank first, and then we'll add one more movement similar to a twisting low leg movement. So I'm going to plank for double, so 50 times 2. Going to plank. Things don't always go the way you plan, or I plan. That's okay, you gotta be flexible, you gotta make it work. I don't want to sacrifice teaching you something poorly, or you moving not the right enough way. Didn't say perfect, but I was winging it a little too hard on that one. So I don't want to do that to you, and it's not good for me either. 10 seconds out of that 50-second plank. That's 50. If you need a break, take one, but try to roll it into the next one. My timer's on. This is going to be a 2-minute plank total. Hang in there. Last week, I struggled to do a 2-minute plank. Twice I struggled, but I feel pretty strong right now. I hope it feels a little bit better for you right now as well. I do feel really good about my pelvic tilt. I do feel really solid. 20 seconds left. Hang in there. Legs are tight. Glutes are tight. Low back core, nice and engaged. Not letting it sink, not letting it get soft. Soft in the slack, in the sense of slack. Let's do some leg whips, because my intention was to create some leg movement. So leg whip. Leg whip is on your back again, one more time. All right, so the leg whip, you're going to start with one leg, nicely planted. And with your other leg, as you hold pelvic tilt, you're going to bring it up, and you're drawing squares down and out. So the focus on the whip part here, how do I cue this? The focus on your leg whip here is you're creating tension through the quad. You're keeping nice core tension down with that pelvic tilt into the ground. You're bringing it up, you're bringing it out, down, and in. So in 4 different end positions, your leg needs to be in control. If you are very solid, equally on both sides, in theory, you could go into rectangles here. I don't like that. My low back goes way off the ground because my body isn't adjusted. So If you're able to keep that low back nice and tight without padding under, that's valuable point for continuation of progression. 5 seconds. And switch sides. Ooh, my shin feels that one. Well, that's not a bad thing. I'll do other side. Nice and controlled. Keeping that low back flat. So when you finish this, that's it for us today. Thanks for coming through. Good job showing up first and foremost and moving through the sequence today. If you have questions on how to move through this differently, intervals versus reps, please feel free to leave comments. And then of course, I'm going to unprivate my workout Instagram. It's something that I'm sharing with you right now because I want you to have more resources on how to move it through your body, through some core, maybe through some workouts. If you don't know what you see, feel free to ask a question. There's a lot of workouts in there. But focus on the core for now, since that's what you and I have been working on together. What was the workout? It's free. It's been private because I want people who do the movements that I've taught you how to do those movements. I want to have that connection with you to teach you those things what I'm expecting. So that's why it's private, because I want to feel comfortable with knowing that you won't hurt yourself. You're trying to wing it, right? So I've given a lot of cueing in the last 6-7 weeks. I'm more comfortable with it now. I'm going to leave it open for the next 24 hours. Very cautious because I don't want to hurt anybody. And that's the problem with the virtual learning. But I want to feel comfortable for myself that I don't do or show you something that you're going to get hurt with. So I'm going to be watching that for the next however long, but it's free for all. Join that, take a look if you want more workouts. I will see you next week. One more for May, I think. I didn't look at the calendar, but I'm pretty sure one more for May. Stay healthy, hang in there, continue to do so. Feed your mind, feed your body, feed your spirit. Thank you for showing up for us. Thank you for being part of our community with Earth Trek's Planet Granite movement, or wherever else you're coming from. Thank you very much for joining us here in this space and me in my space. And we'll see you next time. Bye.